I know that results are the name of the game. This company's built on them. And the fact of the matter is, you know, anybody can pick 2 or 3 testimonials off of Facebook. Hey, look at these, right? But when you're with this group, okay, everything we do is public. We have a huge Facebook and internet presence, all right? And when we trade, right, it's not like 2 or 3 people are doing well, all right? Every time we trade in our live rooms, we pull the room. And we're constantly asking, how'd you do? How'd you do? Are you getting it? Are you making money? All right. These are the results from last week. All right. Traders that are working with us, these are people, right, are sharing their results. They're making money. All right. 800 pips, 1,100 pips, 700 pips, 200 pips. Okay. And what's setting up next week is another 1,000 pips worth of opportunity. All right. Just like this, just like what I'm showing you here. What that's going to mean for you is if you come trade with us, all right, next week you can make 10 grand. Now, that's a big number, and that's fine, right? You might not know how to do it yet, all right? Give me an hour with you, and I'll get you there. But is that something you're interested in? I mean, I know that everybody wants to collect information, all right? But I like to quantify things, and I like to get some meat on the bone. If I can try to make $10,000 today, you going to hang with me for an hour here? What do you think? Because I'm going to send you something right now. All right, I'm going to send you a link right now. Look. Okay. I don't. Yeah. Here, I'm going to send you this link. See this? When I talk about things today, all right, this might be different than the last webinar you went to, but everything I'm going to tell you is third-party verified. All right, every result that we capture, all right, is third-party verified, right, and it's quantified and it's public. Okay, so when you see that we've collected 46,000 pips year to date, okay, and when you see our different traders, all right, Josh Martinez, you'll meet him, Gary, right here. Here's Tyson, okay, he's captured 13,000 pips this month off of this Great British Pound rebound after the Brexit. See this verified track record. So if this is the kind of thing that you want to talk about today, we're going to absolutely do that. And I sent you that link so you could see our results. You know what? You got to be public with the whole thing. You got to have that public presence. Our reputation was built, right, on results. And the fact of the matter is, if you hang with me today and you decide to come trade with us for the next 60 days, I'll be so bold as to guarantee some results, all right? Trade with us the next 60 days, and you're going to see 2,000 pips. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that as we go, but it's going to be a good time for us. We're going to go 60 minutes. By the time I'm done, you're going to know more about the Forex market and making money at it than 99% of the people on this planet. All right, I've got a program that's called Ultimate Charting Software. We put over $1 million into developing it. It's proprietary, okay, but I'm going to show that to you. I'm going to attach a formula to it, all right? It's not a secret. It's just a formula for successful trading, all right? A series of steps that you're going to follow, all right? A formula that was discovered by the president of our company that not only led him to success, but we've literally built our business on this formula for the last 22 years, all right? Once you learn that, you're going to be prepared to trade with us. Write this down, Monday morning at 9 o'clock, all right? You don't save time on a Saturday because you're not serious. I know that you are. So when I'm talking about getting you started and capturing some pips next week, I'm talking about Monday morning at 9. Give me an hour, okay, and you're going to come trade with us, all right? With what I give you today, you're absolutely going to be prepared to do that. We're going to do some trades. I'll show you some setups today. I don't mind doing it, all right? Show you how to open an account, show you everything. Because my job today is to make sure that you can make a good decision on this. That's it. I think that's why you're here, and that's the help I want to give you. All right, to make a good decision on whether this is right for you and that you can do it. And the best part is, no matter what I show you today, take advantage of it. You can do it risk-free to you financially. All right, I got the best market to be able to show you. That's why I get so excited about it, because this market is literally built for your success. It's leveraged, so you don't have to bring a lot of money. Okay, it's liquid, so you can get in and out in 1 second or less. It's 24 hours. So there's no gaps of time, gaps of price, and it's convenient, okay? Upside's phenomenal, and the downside, it's literally built to protect you, all right? And the fact of the matter is, it's easy to understand it. So I can literally make you a trader in about 10 minutes, because if you know your major currencies, you're already speaking the language. Now it's just a matter of putting a few things together. If you know your major currencies, if you don't, jot them down, all right? Canadian, Euro, Pound, Yen, Swiss, Australian. Okay? Those are your major currencies, and this is where I'm going to build your foundation. Are there others? Of course. New Zealand dollar, Mexican peso. Fine. We'll use those later. We'll get fancy later. Okay? I know that there's opportunity staring at you with these 6, and that's where I want to build your foundation. All right? You're going to have a strong foundation. You'll be trade for years if I can do this for you. Okay? Now, if you know what an exchange rate is, okay? If you know, looking at this information, you've been traveling, right? You've been to the airport, you've been to the exchange booth. If you just know by looking at this that you can exchange the currency on the left for the currency on the right at the going rate, then we're going to be able to talk to each other, okay? If you can look at an exchange rate and say, well, I can trade a euro for the dollar, right, at 110.35, then guess what? I only have to add a little bit to this, and you'll be talking like a trader, all right? Most people, they think of exchange rates in dollars and cents. Here's what traders do. They look at these last 2 decimal places, okay? We call those the pips. Write that down. It stands for price interest points, okay? Price interest point. These are tiny little fluctuations in the exchange rate. Most people don't even notice it. But to traders, right, these little pips mean everything. We're looking to capture pips when it comes to trading, okay? Now, where do the pips come from? Well, the exchange rate moves up and down based on strength and weakness. Give you an example. If the euro is strong, the exchange rate's going to go up. If it does, let's say it goes from 110.35 to 110.85, it's that difference that we're looking to capture. That's a difference of 50 pips. So now you know where to find them. Okay? The only other thing you need to know is what you're going to be trading in. What's your denomination? Stock market, it's shares. Currency market, it's lots. Okay? When you trade currency, you're going to be moving positions called lots. Now, what's a lot worth? $100,000. Big number. Here's where I got to bring this down to size for you. If we were talking about the currency market in the old days, okay, hey, let's open a currency account. You know what you'd need? $100,000 just to get started. All right? That's why the individual investor wasn't a big part of this. But now here's what's going to happen. Because this market is leveraged, write that down, leveraged at 50 to 1. Here's what's going to happen that's going to get you in the game. You're going to open a Forex trading account with a broker. Show you how to do it in a minute. When you make a deposit into that account, the broker that you work with is going to match your deposit 50 times. In other words, for every dollar that you put in, they're going to match it 50 to 1. That's where the leverage comes from. But it's this leverage that gets you in the game. How? Just do the math. Your deposit times 50, look at that. That equals 100,000. That's equal to 1 lot of currency. So now you're in the game. Okay? Here's the point I need to make. You need the broker to provide you the leverage. The nice part is they do it. Now, why do they do it? Good question. Here's the answer. Okay? They don't do it out of kindness. They do it because they got a little something in it for them. Every trade that you do, okay, write this down. With every trade that you do, that I do, that anybody does in the Forex, we pay what's called the spread on every trade. In exchange for that, the broker gives us the leverage. Okay, what's the spread? It's between 1 and 3 pips. Write that down. Okay, depends on the currency. If you're trading the euro, it's probably 1 pip. You're trading the yen, it might be 1.5. The pound might be 2. Okay. But you're going to pay that. It's like a tip. It's like a toll, commission, whatever you want to call it, okay? For after you pay it, the broker gives you the leverage, and that relationship is what gets you in the game, all right? And now that you know that, you're ready to start. You're ready to trade. Really? We've been here 15 minutes. I know. But understand, this is easy, all right? Mechanically, it's really easy, all right? What are you going to do? Well, let's just do it the easiest way. Let's do it alphabetically. Pick one of the currencies. Let's go trade it. Let's say you decide you're going to do your first currency trade, and you're going to buy 1 lot of the Australian dollar. What are you going to do? Well, if you don't have a place to trade, you got to start with that. So what I want you to do, and you got to do this today. If you haven't done this already, you can do this today. Go to one of the Forex trading websites. All right, let's say you just go to forex.com. Okay, they're the biggest. Okay, and you click on open an account. What are they going to do? Well, once you give them some basic information, pick the country that you're in. Okay, give them some basic information. What they're going to do is send you a download link so that you can download their trading platform right on your desk. Okay, and all the brokers have this. Here's another one, FXCM. Here's one here, right? You can open an account with them, real money or practice account. Just click on it, fill out basic information. Okay, they'll send you a download link for their trading platform, right? And if you don't want to put any real money in it because you want to practice a little bit first, they'll put 50 grand worth of play money in it so you can get started. I have an account with this group, okay? Oanda, they're out of Toronto, all right? If I want to go ahead and sign into my account, all I need to do is give them my username and password and hit submit, okay? Because I've already downloaded this on my desk, right? I hit download. Now watch. A couple seconds goes by. My trading account will be loaded up. Pops up on my screen. I drop in a username and a password. And the screen populates. Okay, what have I got here? Over here on the left, I got my currencies. There's the euro, the pound, the Australian, the yen, the Canadian, so forth. Okay, in the middle of my screen, I got a picture of the currency I'm going to be trading. There's the Australian dollar. Now, this is the 1 minute chart. Okay, I can make that the 5, the 30, the 1 hour chart. All right, they're all going to look a little different, but that's the currency I'm looking to trade. And look up here, I got a scorecard. All right, in this one, I happen to have already bought one lot of the Australian dollar. Now, how did I buy it? I just came over here and clicked on the buy ticket. All right, I got a sell ticket, I got a buy ticket. Now, the market's closed right now. All right, market is open 24 hours from Sunday at 5 to Friday at 5. Write that down. Okay, market's closed right now, but I can at least take you through this exercise so you can see it mechanically. It's easy. When you click on buy, right, a buy ticket shows up. Fill it out, right? Units. Well, if a lot is $100,000, that's what I want to buy. Okay, I come down here and click submit. In 1 second or less, I'm going to have this currency bought. All right, in 1 second or less, what you'll see is you'll see that that currency gets bought in your account. Okay, and you'll also see a little arrow right here. You see that? That shows where I bought the currency. So this is mechanically how easy it is. And I got to believe you can all handle that. But I know some of you are wondering, how do I find one of those accounts? Go to one of the Forex brokers. We're not a broker. So I gave you a couple of places to look. I gave you the biggest in the business and the most reputable. Okay? So that's going to be a place for you to get started. If the only thing you do today is open a practice account, at least take that step forward. Right? There has to be action steps towards your success. So that's something that you have to do today, and it's easy to do. You can sign up in a couple minutes. Let's look for a second though at what you did, just so we can do this mechanically. Okay, mechanically, here's what you did. You bought one lot of the Australian dollar, 2,000 of your money. Okay, times 50 equals 100,000. Okay, let's talk about pips for a second. Let's say that trade goes up while you're in it, 60 pips. Okay, there they are, the third and fourth decimal place. Now, if that's the case, all right, how much do you stand to make on this if that's your result? Well, you multiply your one lot times the 60 pips, and on your $2,000 investment, if it goes 60 pips to your advantage, you make yourself $600. Okay, that's a good-looking number. We like that number. But what you need to understand first and foremost is this: how much are those pips worth? All right, 60 pips equals $600. Well, that's easy math. Each pip is worth 10. Okay, each pip is worth $10. Jot that in your notes. And what I'm trying to show you here is that this is the kind of opportunity that you have every day. Now, a lot of people say to me, you know what, we come to these webinars all the time, and you guys are all the same. You put a big number on the screen, we're all supposed to get very excited, right? $600, that looks pretty good, especially on a $2,000 investment, right? You do that 5 days a week, that's $3,000 a week. Great. How often does that happen? Okay, it's a good question. That's what I wanted to know. Here's the answer. Every day. Okay? Take a screenshot of this because that's the daily opportunity in all these currencies. All right, I just showed you 60 pips. And the fact is, you make 60 pips, you're talking about making $600 a day. Okay, 150,000 a year. That's a good conversation. All right? Now, you're brand new. You might only be able to get 30 pips a day. Okay? Which is half of what I just showed you, but that's still $300. Okay, that's $1,500 a week, and I still think that's a good conversation, especially considering that you're going to do this from home. But the point I need to make with this screen is, look, you don't have to get all of these. You don't even have to get one of these to make serious money. You get a fraction of one of these, right? You can make serious money in the Forex. So that's what the opportunity is. And I've got to ask you a question. I got to check in with you because I've been talking now for about 20 minutes, and I got to make sure that you're following along mechanically. Okay, Let me just know, do you think you could go to a website, open up a Forex trading account with a download link? And did it look mechanically pretty easy to fill out that order ticket? If it did, just type a yes in the box so I can go on. Can you? And I want this to be a good use of your time, so let me know. I mean, I moved over that kind of quick. What do you think? We good? Awesome. Awesome. Oh, good question. Joe Wu says, how much do you lose? Love it. Stay with me on this because I got to put all that together for you. Listen, I got to do this in a way that makes sense. I got to do this in a way that says, look, this is something you can do, and you're going to be protected on both sides. It can't be guesswork, all right? Theories are all nice, but when it comes to application, of course, you have to be following a plan. Everything we do here, when you work with our traders, okay, when you're in our trading room, there's no guesswork. Okay, we're always following steps. Peter Cook, one of the people that trades with us, he just spells it out here. Hey, I come in the trading room, I got a mentor that knows the formula, right? Fact is, we're going to go trade the formula, follow a plan. Now, what's the simplest plan? The simplest plan is when you buy something, you protect both sides of it, leave it alone. All right, too many people want to complicate trading. Too many people want to make it into this big statistical, boring conversation. Trading's easy, okay? You buy it, it goes in one of two directions. It goes up or it goes down, right? When you buy it, that's the easy part. First thing you want to do, all right, especially as a new person, especially as any person, you want to protect your downside, okay? Some of you know what this is. Stop order. What is it? It's a floor that you build underneath your trade so that if the darn thing goes against you, right, it comes down to that floor that you built, you're out of the market with a small loss, protecting the rest of your account. See, traders that trade without a stop, look, without it, all that dark area, that's risk, okay? And if the trade goes against you, it can fall off a cliff. There goes your account. But when you put in a stop order, right, that says, look, I'm willing to risk a certain amount, but that's it. And in this case, Peter says, I'll risk 10 pips on my trade. Knows it ahead of time, knows it before he pushes the button, so that there's no sweaty palms, there's no anxiety. He knows the worst that can happen, and then he either takes the trade or he doesn't. Okay, it's that simple. Oh, he's always in control. Now, what's the other thing he does? He protects the other side of his trade also. This is the one that a lot of traders forget to do, right? They're so busy protecting their downside, they forget to protect their upside. Well, what do you mean by that? Look, when you set a target order or a limit order, okay, well, if the darn thing goes up, you want the same thing to happen, okay? You want to get out of the market, and you want to put that profit in your pocket. All right, when you set it up and you protect both sides, you buy your currency, you set a stop and a limit, right? Now both sides are protected. Go do something else. Leave it alone. Okay? Go to the grocery store, go play with your kids, go watch a program, do whatever you want to do, but now everything is automatic. Okay? It's either going to go up or down. If it goes down, you get a small loss. If it goes up, you get a nice gain. He's going to risk 10 pips to make $800. That's the end of it. Okay? So now I've got a question for you because of course I'm showing you a good example. Okay, of course, what happened is, everything worked out, right? Went up, made himself $800. That's a good-looking situation. But I've got a question for you because you don't necessarily know everything there is to know about the Forex right now. Okay, but if you had a mentor, right, that knew what they were doing, you had a formula that this company's been built on 22 years. So there was, right, and you understood that the formula worked. Okay, if somebody said to you, here, come on, we'll go trade. And I got a trade right here. We're going to risk 10 pips to make $800. Let me ask you a question, all right? Does that sound like something that would be within your realm of doable, right? Would that be a trade that you might take? Would you risk that? I guess this is the question. Would you risk 10 pips to make $800? If you would, type yes in the box. And if you're not sure, type that too, because that means you need more information. And it's fine, okay? But I need to know what your risk tolerance is. Would you risk 10 pips to make 800 if there was something you were trading that worked? What do you think? Some of you, yes. Some of you, yes. Yes. There's a couple, right, John, Sarah, right, Michael, Bob, David, right? No. David says no. Okay, why not? Because David doesn't quite see the entire picture. All right. The fact of the matter is, here's what you need to know. This is what's called an 8-to-1 risk-to-reward ratio. You could trade like this all day with no pressure. Why? Because you don't have to be right every time if you're trading like this. Okay? Just look at the math on this. If I gave you a bunch of trades with 8-to-1 risk-to-reward and you were right once, you could be wrong 3 times after that, still make serious money. Okay, you could be right one time out of 4 and still make yourself $500. Okay, now you could actually be right one time out of 7 and still be net profitable. Just do the math, right? Well, wait a second. I can make money and I'm only right one time out of 7, one time out of 8. Correct. Okay. The one thing I have to do for you first is make sure that you're protecting your downside, because you don't have a lot of room for error and you don't have a lot of tolerance for risk. But how many of you think, if you had something where you could be right one time out of 7, right? That would be like, okay, I could probably do that. Yeah, a blind squirrel can find an acorn one time out of 7. So please, don't think that you have to be right every time to make serious money, okay? And all these people that tell you, we've got a thing that's right 88% of the time. You don't have to be, all right? First of all, it's nonsense. Second of all, look, if I can get you right half the time, you're going to kill it, okay? This is something that I know you can do. You just have to make sure you're trading properly. Okay, and the fact of the matter is, look, I don't care if you got $2,000 or $200. All right, you can start trading this market, and I'll show you how to do it right now. You got $2,000, great. You stick that in an account. You can trade lots of currency. LOT, 50-to-1 leverage, $10 a pip. All right, but if you want to start small, just dip your toe in the water. Okay, make sure you know what you're doing. It's fine. Put $200 into an account. You're still going to get 50-to-1 leverage, all right? You're going to be moving $10,000 positions, but the fact is each of the pips will be $1, okay? And if look, start with a mini lot. Start with a little, turn it into a little bit more, right? The sooner you're playing with the house's money, the more fun this is going to be. So let's go get you some of it, all right? And now I get to kind of introduce the star of the show, all right? This is the ultimate charting software. Now listen, let me kind of show you what $1 million looks like. You're going to have this downloaded on your desk when we break. All right, I'll give you a username and a password for this. You can try it out for 60 days. See if you can make it all work. All right. What I'm going to do today is this. All right. I'm going to demonstrate this. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to keep things real simple. All right. We're going to start by looking at the euro on the 1-month chart. And what is it that we need to find? We need to figure out which way the market's going, where to get in, where to get out, of course, okay? One thing you have to understand about this Forex market, okay, is the Forex market does the same things over and over and over again, okay? And these markets develop patterns. Now, we're always going to read the patterns on the chart using the candlesticks. You got blue ones, you got white ones. What do you notice? Well, first of all, you notice the market never goes straight up or straight down, okay? It's always moving in waves. Well, those waves make up the patterns. I want to isolate a pattern right now. I'm going to call it ABCD, okay? Stay with me on this, okay? ABCD, write that in your notes. Where we start at a low price, we'll call it A, okay? We move to a high price, we'll call that B. Now, when we get to B, what happens? The market sort of runs out of gas a little bit, pulls back, right? Retraces down here to this low price, we'll call that C, before what? Before another burst of energy gets into the market, takes it up to D. So now I got A, B, C, D. That's the pattern I want you to look at. And I want to ask you a question, okay? This is where we start to get serious. I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to type an answer in the chat box. If there was a tool, okay, that could measure the amount of energy in the market that took it from point A to point B, okay? And this same tool could also measure the amount of energy building up in the market as it moved from B to C, so that this tool could tell us before it happens, not just which way the market's going next, but also how far. Do you think that would be a valuable tool? That's a serious question. Type your answer. All right, I'll ask it again. If there's a tool that could measure the energy from A to B, okay, it could also measure the energy building up from B to C so that it could tell us, now listen, before it happens, which way the market's going next and how far. Sound like a valuable tool? What do you think? Type your answer in the box. Of course, right? Of course. Yes, yes, of course, right? Well, you're right. That's what I thought. Yeah. Is there such a thing? You bet there is, all right? It's built into this program. Now, listen, this is where the rubber meets the road. It's called the Fibonacci tool, all right? The Fibonacci sequence. Here, there's the spelling. The Fibonacci, right, sequence. Who's Fibonacci? Italian mathematician. Okay, what did he come up with? A sequence of numbers, okay, a numbering system that can literally be used to measure everything in nature. That's why they call it nature's numbering system, right? Look this up. After we break, you go Google Fibonacci. Some of the stuff's fascinating, okay? It can be used literally to measure everything in nature. Everything from the number of scales on a fish, the number of petals on a flower. We use it to measure the human body, symmetry, length of our arms, length of our legs, the shape of your ear. That's a Fibonacci pattern. Okay, the rings of Saturn, that's all Fibonacci. It literally applies to every living thing. And it's all about patterns and energy. Well, the president of our company said, wait a second, right? The Forex is all patterns and energy. So if we can apply this Fibonacci sequence here, right? If there's a way to measure this market here using that, that's going to be our key to making money. And the fact of the matter is, this Fibonacci tool is built into the program, and it does exactly that. Now listen, this is important. When you get this on your desk, what you're going to need to do is be able to only identify two things, a low price and a high price. If you can do that, okay, and draw a line between the two, the software sort of does the rest, okay? If you draw the line between A and B, what's going to happen is automatically the Fibonacci sequence, okay, that sequence of numbers is going to appear on your screen. And here it's color-coded, right? Looks like a stepladder. You see it, red, blue, green? Okay. What shows here is this. The market has gone from point A to point B. There was positive energy carrying it up to this high price. But what happened up here? It ran out of gas, and it started to pull back. It came down here until it reached this low price. We're going to call that letter C. And then it made a U-turn, okay? The market makes a U-turn right there. You spot that. It just looks like the shape of the letter U, all right? What you need to notice is this. At the very bottom of that U shape, right, that low price, right here, it lines up with this number in the Fibonacci sequence, okay? This red line is a number in the Fibonacci sequence, but we're going to call it a Fibonacci energy level. I'm going to call it a trampoline. You're going to see why right now, because here's what we know. Because of the amount of energy building up in the market, when this currency hits that Fibonacci number, that energy level, that trampoline, it's going to bounce up, right? That energy that's building up is going to sort of burst forth. And you see it starting to happen right now where this letter U shape is happening. What I know is the market's bouncing off of that trampoline. So it's going up. Not only that, but I know how far. How do you know how far? Because it's color-coded. This is going to bounce from this red trampoline up to this red number up here. Red to red. Now you're asking, how do you know that? And my answer is, I just told you. It's because it's color-coded. It's going to go from red to red. And you're like, no, dude. How do you know the market's going up, let alone how far? That's a good question. That's the first thing I asked, right? Anybody can say something, right? You want to see it. Okay, let me show you first how it works, then I'll show you that it does. Okay, just hang with me on this, because here's what you need to know. All of those numbers in the sequence are important. Okay, it's possible that we see an example in a little bit where the market goes from A to B, right? But when it gets up to that B level, it dips, right? And it dips lower. Let's say we find an example later where the market dips down, right, to this level here, and it makes a U-turn. Well, letter C then would be way down here, lined up with the blue trampoline. If that's the case, all right, still acts like a trampoline. I know the market's going to bounce off of that and it's going to go up. It's just not going to go up as high, all right? It's only going to go from blue to blue. And the same thing if it goes even further down, right? If the market dips all the way down to the green trampoline and makes a U-turn, it's going to bounce, but it's not going to bounce as high. It's only going to go up to the green level. So red to red, blue to blue, green to green. Now you know how the tool works, okay? Let's see if it works. What do you see here? You see a market that's gone from A to B, and then it's pulled back down here to letter C before it makes a U-turn to the upside. So it's bouncing off that red Fibonacci level. Where's it going? I already told you. It's going up there to that red price, and it's going to do that sometime down the road. It's going to do that in the future, right? So that becomes our future D. That's where we're going. Now, if this works, okay, what have you already figured out? Well, from where I am to where I'm supposedly going, right, that represents my profit opportunity. And if my current price is 127 on the euro, okay, and this tells me up here, let's see, this tells me that I'm going to $1.60, right? $1.60. Well, I do the math on that. That's a difference of 3,351 pips. $10 a pip. I'm looking at 33 grand on a $2,000 investment. Okay. It's a Saturday, right? Somebody's saying that you might be able to make 33 grand on $2,000. You have to find out more, right? Go ahead and reveal it. That's what I was thinking when I saw this, and I was dazzled because here's what happened, okay? Not only did the market bounce up off of that trampoline, right? It went right to that future D. In other words, it fulfilled the Fibonacci sequence exactly, A, B, C, D. Now, when it got there, I'm looking at it, I'm saying, okay, it went right to it. Why'd the candles change color? How come it stopped going up there? Now we got a blue candle. What's going on? And it was explained to me that we are now starting a new sequence. The old one is completed. It runs out of gas right there. Now we start another one. And this happens over and over and over again. Understand something. This sequence occurs over and over, not just in the euro, right, on the 1 month chart. This happens in all the currencies in all the time frames. And this tool makes the market measurable, without a doubt. Okay? You'll see that it's repeatable. Best part is it's predictable. And now that you've got this as your foundation, okay, you're ready to have the conversation. You're ready to go forward with this. All right? I'm going to show this to you in all the currencies. All right? Fact of the matter is, I gotta marry it to a formula so this makes sense. Theory's one thing. You have to at least have seen it, and it's awesome. Okay? When you see it once, it's okay, right? But when you see it work over and over again, then you attach a formula to it, you'll know what to do. All right? So I'm going to give this to you today, right? By the time I'm done, if you can keep up with 3 charts, you're going to have this in your back pocket. This is something you can use starting tomorrow when the market opens at 5 p.m. Eastern, okay? We'll use the monthly chart to get our direction so we know where the energy is, okay? We'll confirm it, right, on the daily chart so we know we're on the right side of things. Last thing we'll do, we'll go to a 2-hour chart so you know when to buy and sell. And if I can keep it that simple for you, I'm going to help you, period. I'm going to help you, okay? So let's just go ahead and do that, right here. Yes, it is our custom and proprietary tool. Thank you for asking. No, Sarah, I'm doing currency trading, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. And stay with me on this, on the fibs, because you might see something, all right? Fibonacci's work in all the currencies and all the time frames. When you bring this up on your screen's going to end up looking a little like this. What have I got here? Let me just go ahead and get organized. There's the euro on the 1 month. There's the euro on the 1 day. There's the euro on the 2 hours. So those are the 3 charts that I'm going to need, right? There's the Australian, 1 month, hold on, 1 day, 2 hour, okay? Direction, confirmation, buy and sell. Watch what we do. All right, here. I got the 1 month, but this looks a little sloppy because I used it before. Let me just bring up a fresh chart. I'll bring up a plain old fresh chart, okay, on the euro. When you do this at home, this is what you'll do. Click on the euro 1 month chart, okay? Here we go. There it is. All right. What are we looking for on the 1 month? We're looking for direction. Write that in your notes, okay? What do you see here? You see a chart, but you're saying, well, there looks like there might be some patterns happening. Okay, good for you. One thing I want you to look for all the time is high prices and low prices, and I also want you to look for U-turns. Okay, what's a U-turn? Right here, looks like the shape of the letter U, right? Here's one, but it's inverted, right? Here's one over here, letter U. Okay, letter U, y'all can see that. Okay, get used to finding those. Get also used to finding high prices and low prices, and we'll give them a letter. Okay, let's look at a pattern. You see this one right here? We'll call it letter A. Okay, that's a high price. Let's give it a letter A. Okay, then we come down here to a low price. See that? Let's call that letter B. Okay, I want to prove a point to you. Okay, A, B. When you identify a high price and a low price, okay, what I want you to do at that point is go up here to the toolbar. See where this thing says Fibonacci tools, where this square is? Click on it. Okay. Drop down the menu, just go to the first thing, the MTI Fibonacci retracement. Now watch this, okay? There's my little pen that shows up. All I want to do with my pen is connect point A and point B. Soon as I do that, all right, my Fibonacci sequence appears, right? My trampolines show up, and there they are. All I did was connect point A and point B. Now what do you see here? All right, sequence of numbers. Let's make sense out of it. What do you got here? The market had negative energy going from point A to point B, right? Then what? Then, right, it ran out of negative energy and it made a U-turn, right? And it reached this high price up here. before it made another U-turn back to the other side. What's happened here is the market reached this high price. Let's give that a letter. We'll call it letter C. Okay? Letter C. It reached this high price, which lined up with this red Fibonacci number, this red trampoline. Okay? What I understand is this. Once I identify that that's C, right? Once I identify that that's the top of my U-turn, I understand that the market's bouncing off of that energy level. Now, where's it going to go? Well, if it's going to follow suit with what I've told you, it's going to go from red to red in the future. And look what's happened, okay? The market's gone from that red level all the way down to this low price right here. That low price, okay, also has to get a label because we gave all the other ones high, low, right, A, B, C, D. That's the end of the Fibonacci sequence. But I want you to be aware of where it lined up. Look, the market went right to where the Fibonacci sequence said it was going to go. And then what happens? It changes direction again. We start another sequence. Now look, here, let me blow this up for you a little so you can see it. All right? Because I don't want anybody to get confused. This is important. Okay? We had a high, low, A, B, C, D. Market was down, then it rebounded to the red trampoline. It pushed off that red trampoline. Now, the Fibonacci sequence said it was going to go down to this price, and that's exactly where it went. So what's going to happen now? Okay, good question. All right, now what's going to happen is we're going to start another sequence. That low price is going to be the beginning of a new one. All right, energy is continuous. Energy doesn't break, right? The earth keeps spinning around. Well, we have a new low price. We're going to call that A. See this up here? We got a high price. Guess what? We're going to call that B. Okay? Market makes a U-turn, right? Comes down to this price, right? Then makes another U-turn. Well, guess what? We're going to call that C. So now we've got A, B, C. Okay? What do we do if we're going to try and make money with this? Let's put our Fibonacci's on the low price and the high price. Come back up to that same tool, click on it, draw a line between A and B. Okay? That's it. Don't have to be an expert. Just draw the line. Okay? There it is. Now we got A, B. Market ran out of energy and it pulled back. Right? Came down to, right, this low price down here, which lines up with our green trampoline. Let me see if I can magnify that so you can see it. All right? Magnify this a little bit so you can see it. It came down to our green trampoline, right? And now we're bouncing. Okay, we got this U-turn, so we're bouncing. Now, according to this, okay, if this holds water, if this works, okay, where is it that the market's going next? Well, according to this, we're going to bounce from the green trampoline up to this green level, green to green in the future, okay? Green to green, if this works. Now, my current price is what? 87.62. Okay, that was my closing price right here, 87.62. And where am I supposedly going? Well, what's the green one valued at? 98.44. Let's get a calculator. Okay? Here. 98.44 minus 87.62. I'm talking about 1,082 pips. Okay? What's a pip worth? 10 bucks. Okay. It's worth $10,000. If this is right, okay, that information's worth $10,000. Let's just go forward in time and find out. Now, what do you notice? When you go forward, right, market never goes straight up or straight down, right? It maintains its upward energy until what happens? It gets to this point. Then what? Well, then it changes direction, okay? Changes direction. But I want you to notice the market went to this point, and that lines up with the green energy level, A, B, C, D. So it just happened again. Now, when I first saw this, listen, when I first saw this, I was at this point, I'm on the edge of my seat, okay? And I want to make sure that I'm seeing what I think I'm seeing, right? I'm rubbing my eyes practically. Okay, it worked right there, okay? And it worked right here. Show it to me again. That's all I kept thinking. Just do it again and let me see that anybody can show me something once, right? Okay, it worked that time. But if it works over and over and over again, then I know I'm on to something, okay? Well, all you need to understand is, gang, when you find those low prices and high prices, that's gold, okay? Low price, high price. What do you got? Market dips down to right here, right, to this red trampoline. What does it do next? Bounces off of it. Where does it go? Well, it's supposed to go from red to red, right? Look where it went. Red to red. As soon as it got there, what happened? Changed direction again. Why? Because that sequence ended, and now a new one begins, okay? And you're going to see this repeated over and over again to the point where at some point you're finally going to be able to say that works, okay? How many times do you need to see it? Well, there's one, there's two, there's three, right? Let's see if it works again. Just find the low price and the high price. Okay, here, low price, high price, dips down, red trampoline, makes a U-turn, right? So where are we going? We're going from red to red. We did it. Worked again. I know. That's how this works. And as soon as it got there, changes direction because of this Fibonacci sequence. This is what we're going to use to continuously measure this market, okay? And I showed this to you on this for a reason, okay? I showed this to you because you're able to see very clearly, all right, over and over again, the Fibonacci sequence at work, right? Now, in this particular case, what do we got? We've got a low price and a high price, okay? I'm going to just give them labels. That low price, we'll call it A, okay? The high price, we'll call it B. Now, what have we done here? We've dipped down here and made a U-turn, all right? We've dipped down here, okay? And we've made a U-turn, okay? Well, guess what that is? That's C. Now, that's in our red area, okay? We're bouncing. Now, according to this, okay, according to this, hold on, where was I? Okay, we're going up, and we're not going to stop going up till we go to 154. Now, our current price, okay, is 130. Okay, to 154 is 2,400 pips, which means that this move here, okay, is $24,000. Just stay with me. U.S. on one lot. Okay. Question. I've just shown you something that's worked since 1995. Okay? You start back here, that's 1995. Okay? I've taken you forward to 2005. So I've shown you 10 years of this. Okay? Now, everybody wants to poke a hole in it. That's just natural. Well, what if this? Well, what if that? Well, what if Trump gets elected? Well, what if Clinton gets elected? Understand. We've gone through elections, right, in 10 years. We had one in 96. We had one in 2000. We had one in 2004. Okay? We've gone through financial crises. 1997, Asian flu. 2000, that's the internet bubble. 2002, that's the 2002 recession. Okay? Dealt with that. Got a hurricane in there somewhere. You got a typhoon in there somewhere. Different prime minister in the UK. It's all in there. And yet the Fibonacci somehow managed to measure the whole thing. What I'm trying to tell you is this works, but now you have to be able to take it from a theoretical conversation and put it into action. What's the choice you have to make right now? You've seen it work for 10 years. Is that enough information for you? Now listen, I'm asking you a risk-reward question. Is that enough information for you? Type your answer in the box to, at this point, take a shot and see if this works. All right? If you do it with one lot, it'll cost you $2,000. Okay? If you do it with a mini lot, it'll cost you $200. Are you willing to risk that right now to find out two things? One, if you can put $24,000 in your pocket, but two, to find out if this works. If you're willing to risk that right now, put me in the box. Type the word me, right? Would you risk $200 on a mini lot or $2,000 on a standard lot right now with 10 years of me showing this to you to find out if this works? That ought to be everybody. And I wonder why people wouldn't type me in here. We're dealing with hypothetical money, people. What do you got to lose, right? We're so hung up on risk and risk and risk. And we don't even want to take a risk with play money at the risk of being wrong. Listen, if you had the nerve right now to see this, plus you're kind of an intuitive person, like he's doing the presentation. He's not going to show us something that doesn't work. Of course, right? Guess what happened to you? You just made yourself $24,000, right? And guess what? It fulfilled the Fibonacci sequence right to it. And as soon as it got there, it changes direction because now we're on a new sequence. And if you now can see it, okay, and understand that this works over and over and over again, doesn't matter if it's a down market or an up market. Look, we're going to be able to use this to find our direction, and that's going to be the key for your success. Okay, we're going to use the Fibonacci's to find your direction because it works in either direction. Look, I'll show it to you again. Just draw it. A, B, right? What happened here? We went from there to the blue line. So where are we supposed to be going? We're supposed to be going blue to blue in the future. Look at that. We went right to it, right? That's how this works. So if you understand that, okay, then you can do this. And if you're not comfortable drawing the lines, let the software do it for you. Come back up here. Look, 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 look. Come back up here to the toolbar, all right? Come to where the MTI logo is. You see where it says Smart Tools? Watch this, all right? You want to see a cool tool. Instead of you having to figure out where the highs and lows are, let the software do the work for you. Just click on the tool, find yourself a high price, right? And it'll draw the Fibonacci's for you, and it'll show you those sequences, all right? The most important one is the one we're on now, because we're going to use that right now, okay, to find our direction. All right, let's just go forward right to it, right? This is where the rubber meets the road. I need to know how to make money now. Well, good. Now that you got this part in your pocket, you're ready, okay? Most new traders try to tell me, I can show you the direction, right? I just draw a trend line, right? There we go, trend line, direction's down. That was easy. Well, that's exactly wrong, okay? The trend is down. That's true. But we're not going to find our direction with trend. We're going to find it with energy. And what you see here is this. The market's gone from a high price to a low price, and now it's making a U-turn, okay? Now it's making a U-turn, and it's headed which way? It's headed up to find what? To find letter C, right? Now, where's letter C going to be? It's going to be at one of these Fibonacci levels. That's just how this works, right? The market moves from Fibonacci number to Fibonacci number. So it's going up to at least this point, okay? Sometime in the future, it's going to find C. It might go up to this Fibonacci level, might go up to this one, right? Likely it's going to go up to this one. Why? Because that's how trends work. That's a different conversation. But the fact is, right now we're on the BC leg. We're going up to find C. It's up here somewhere. The key word being up, okay? When you hear the word up, that's a direction. And in this case, it means our direction is up. Now, if that made sense, do me a favor, type yes if you would in the chat box so I can keep moving, okay? Now you got this. You are this close, and you're already through your first chart, okay? Now that you got the direction, right, what do you do next? Well, you don't get too fancy, okay? You got to make sure that you confirm it, okay? There's nothing worse than thinking you know every darn thing, okay? You got your direction, but we use the day chart for confirmation, all right? Let me just bring up a fresh one so you can see it, okay? Day chart is for confirmation, okay? Open. Here we go. Ready? Here's your chart, okay? Let me bring it alive for you. You're going to be able to do this without a doubt. You come spend a couple of days in our trading room. We'll do the heavy lifting to get you started. All right. When I first started trading, I was not a guru of any kind. I was a guy that was a clerk on the floor of the American Stock Exchange making $200 a week. Okay. Bringing coffee to the traders, hoping, right, that one of them would notice me. Well, that's what happened. A couple of them did. And they said, we like you. Come over here. We're going to show you how to do this. This is what they did. They took me through an exercise like this. I kept my mouth shut. And the more I learned from them, the better I got at it. So now for me, I could do this in my sleep. You're going to be able to do it too. Okay? Let me bring this chart alive for you. All right? What are you going to do? You got to make sure on the day chart that you've confirmed what you found, okay, on the monthly. Here, confirmation. What are you going to do? All right, first, you're going to draw yourself a trend line. Why? Because that's going to tell you a story. This is a reliable trend line, reliable all the way back to August of 2 years ago, right? Reliable because every time the market came up to this trend line, look at it, it acted like a ceiling, okay? Acted like a ceiling, right? This trend line acted like a ceiling until what? Until right here where we kind of broke through the ceiling, right? Now what are we? Now this same trend line is acting like a floor, okay? Acting like a floor, right? And we've bounced up off the floor. Right? What does this mean? This is where we are right now. But what this means is this. We've gone from the sell zone, okay, where every time this currency came up to the ceiling, right, it dropped down. We were sellers, right? Now where are we? We're in the buy zone, Okay, we're in the buy zone. So what we've just done is confirmed that the energy in this is up. So now what do? Okay, now we also use the daily to go find the dollars. You can write that down too. Daily for dollars, great. Let's go forward in time, right? And the one thing that I have to show you right now is that the Fibonacci's work on this chart also. Because I said what? They work in all the currencies and all the time frames. This has to follow through, okay? If I say it, I got to show it, okay? The day chart. Watch this. Just keep it simple. Go to your auto fib tool, right? The smart Fibonacci. Just click on it and find the low price, right? Let it draw the Fibonacci's for you. Now let me show you that it worked, okay? Look. We got a couple of these, and I'll be able to show them to you real easily. What do you got here? Low price, right? You know how this works now. High price. What's happened? Market comes down to this level here, makes a U-turn, okay? So now we found C. Where is it? C is at our red level. So we're going to bounce off this trampoline. Where are we supposedly going? All the way up here in the future, right? We're supposed to bounce off the red trampoline and go up to this red price in the future. Let's just follow through and see if it happened, right? Look at what happens. Doesn't go straight to it, but it goes up to it. And as soon as it gets there, what happened? Changes direction. Look where it lines up. That's the high price right there with the red level. When I saw this, I started laughing. I'm like, this is awesome. Show it to me again. And the more that I could see this happening, the more that this became the absolute foundation for everything that I do when it comes to trading, okay? Because look, I've got it again right here, all right? When you understand that when you see this, a U-turn, and you've got an identified beginning, right? Hold on. You've got an identified beginning of your sequence, A, right? Here's another one, B, okay? And you see this, and you see that you're cleanly bouncing off the blue trampoline, okay? You're cleanly bouncing right off of that. And you're headed, according to this, right? If this works, you're headed to this blue one up here in the future. Now, if my price is 110 and I'm going to 115, that's $5,000. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to go grab $5,000 and do it with this kind of confidence? This is what this picture is going to give you. Now, some of you are thinking, well, if I get it, that's when the whole thing goes to hell, right? If I bought a pumpkin patch, they'd cancel Halloween. Listen, you just have to get to the point where you understand that it's the energy that's in control. Because look what happens, all right? Right from your identifier, it goes to this high price. Look at what that lines up with. Okay, the blue level. So now you completed a sequence. What do you think happens right after that? Just what you thought was going to happen, because now we're on a new sequence. If you're getting this, type A, B, C, D. If you're getting this, type A, B, C. Okay? Thank you. Right, Mike? Steve? Right, Doug? Right, Diop? Mick? Good. Good. Okay. Well, what do you need to do? Well, let's figure out where the heck we are so we can quantify this first and then go get the money. All right? This is what we do. Now, what do you see? You got a low and a high. Okay? You've come down here to this level. Okay? Remember Brexit Day? The euro fell out of bed that day too, but it came right down to a Fibonacci level. Amazing. Right? What are we doing? We're bouncing off that level. What do we have here? A gorgeous U-turn. Okay? People that were with me Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week have been making money on this already. You've left this amount on the table, okay? But what you do have is a U-turn that's staring you right in the face, okay? And as we go to this point, green to green, we still got some room left here. We got some money to be made. We're at 111.66. We're going to 117.59. So what's that equal to? 592 pips, right? 592 pips. Let's just call it $6,000, okay? You could use $6,000. Me too, okay? I went to the orthodontist with my kid the other day. Well, it was supposed to be a cleaning, right? By the time I left, they handed me a bill for $3,900, okay? So believe me, when I see $6,000, all right, I know somebody needs it, right? They need me to go get it. This is what I do. Well, this is what I want you to be able to do too, because we just found the opportunity, all right? There it is. So now you have to go get it. We just confirmed it. We found the opportunity. Now you have to go get it. Well, what do? You do the last thing, all right? You do it the smart way. You do it the right way. You go to the 2-hour chart, okay? And I'll show you exactly how to buy this, okay? New chart, 2 hours. Euro, 2 hours, okay? Here, fresh chart. Show you something real quick. Okay. You did ABC, okay? Now you're going to do 1, 2, 3, okay? ABC 1, 2, 3. ABCD is all your Fibonacci's. Okay. Now you go to this chart, the 2 hour chart, to do what's called a 1, 2, 3 buy. All right. 3 steps to buying a currency, where you get an opportunity to buy it at a discount. You also get an opportunity to take advantage of a little momentum. Now watch how it works. It's easy. Okay. Your currency is going up, but you don't want to buy it at a high price. You want to buy it at a discount. You got a Michael Kors handbag. They're gorgeous, but you want to get them on sale. That's just how you need to be thinking. Okay? How do you find a currency on sale? You look for the first step, which is a bunch of the blue candles bunched together. You want to see a bunch of those blue candles bunched together. It's going to give you an opportunity to buy at a low price. All right? You want to see a strong move down on the 2 hour chart. All right? A bunch of the blue candles bunched together. Okay? That's your first step. What's your second step? Well, you don't want to buy something going down. You want to buy it on its way back up. So what do you look for? Well, if you're looking for blue candles on the downward move, you got to be looking for some white candles, right, if we're moving back to the upside. So what you want to see is the candles change color. Candles go from blue to white. Okay, candles go from blue to white. And most importantly, you want to see the white one peak above the blue one, the one in front of it. You want to see the candles go from blue to white. And then you want to see the white one, right, peak above the one in front of it. All right, you can see that right here. Let me see if I got a good example. I want to magnify this a little bit. You see this strong move down right here? You see it? You see the candles change color right there, right? Goes from blue to white, and this white one peaks above the blue one. All right, that's what you want to look for. Here, I got it again here, right? Strong move down, a bunch of the blue candles, then the white one shows up and peaks above the blue one. All right, that's called an engulfing candle. Some of you have heard of that. It's a trader term, right? Impress your friends. Yay, you know some vocabulary. Great. I'm not here to confuse you. I want to keep it simple. Okay? That's the second step. What's the third step? Well, now that you've seen this, you got your currency at a discount, and you've got what I call the elevator headed back in the right direction. You see this? It's made a U-turn. It's made a U-turn. The elevator's come down. Now it's headed back up the building, right? You're pressing the button on the second or third floor. So that's your second step. All right? Strong move down. And then the candles change color, okay? What's your third step? All right, last thing. This is a third step in a 1, 2, 3 buy. You've got to add a study to the bottom of your chart. All right, you're going to find that study right over here in the indicators folder, okay? This is the last thing. Pay close attention because you're going to have to press this button when you get this on your desk, okay? Click that folder. Look, the software comes fully loaded. There's like 100 indicators in here, and they're all great, okay? But if you're new at this, I want you to concentrate just on this one, the stochastic. Why? Because that works, okay? If you've got any experience trading, you're nodding your head at home. I know that because you and I both know that this one works. What you have to do before you click the OK button, all right, I want you to make sure that you click on this, the overbought and the oversold box. All right, before you add it, click on these two boxes, okay? And then click OK. There you go. Now it's added as a study to the bottom of your chart, okay? Here's how you read the stochastic. It's a measure of buying pressure and selling pressure in the currency, okay? If the squiggly lines are above this bar, okay, above this bar here that says 80, right? If the squiggly lines are above that bar, that's an overbought currency. It's time to sell it. That's your sell zone. Then, so on the other hand, if it's below that 20, right, if the squiggly line is down here, right, below the 20, well, that's an oversold currency, so that's your buy zone, okay? This is going to be an important piece because what you want to see is this. When you see, right, a strong move down, and then you see the candles change color, right, and then you come down to the squiggly lines and you see the stochastic right below the 20, that's a 1, 2, 3 buy. Now you're ready to buy the currency. You go to your online trading account, right? You find the currency. What are we trading here? The euro, and you click on buy. It's just that simple. Fill it out with their 100,000 units, and you're ready to rock. Now you're like, yeah, it sounds that easy. Well, it is. All right? It is that easy because you've got a setup, all right, that you can not only relate to, but you understand that it works. Well, how do I know that it works? Okay, first and foremost, here's what you're going to understand. When you see a strong move down, I got one back here that's going to be kind of a little bit of help with the proof, okay? When you see a strong move down, candle changes color, okay? White over blue, stochastic in the buy zone, that's a buy. Now you got a couple of choices. When you buy, you can be super conservative and set your stop right at the bottom of this wick, okay? Right at the very low price of this U-turn, you can set your stop right there if you're super conservative, and that's okay. If you want to just step it out just a little bit, set your stops 10 pips below that. All right, that's all. Just set your stop 10 pips below that U-turn. Now, you're going to decide, well, can I handle that or can't I? You're a big boys and girls. You'll always be in control of the risk. If you take it, there's no reason to have sweaty palms because you know it ahead of time. All right, you can see it, then you take it or you don't. Now, if you took this one, what happens to you? Well, it ends up that turned into a profit opportunity. Okay, now how much of one? Well, you decide if this is valuable to you. Okay, that's 55 pips. All right, that's a 55 pip profit opportunity on 2,000 invested in 2 days. That'd be $500. Okay, that might not be all the money in the world. That might not make your Lamborghini payments, and I know some of you aren't that impressed. Okay, but the fact of the matter is, I'm putting you in a position where you can make good decisions. Okay, because if you're in profit, every decision's good. Okay, if you're in profit, you can raise your stop to break even. If you're in profit, you can take half off the table, let the other half run. If you're in profit, you can take the whole darn thing, all right? Or you can just leave the thing with confidence because you got green on your screen. But regardless, okay, if I can get you into profits, that's when this is going to be a lot of fun for you. And this 1, 2, 3 setup, this silly little setup, all right, is the one that gets me in the profits the quickest and the most often. And when I have a little bit of proof of concept on the screen like I have right here, all of a sudden I can be that much more confident to enter a trade. And when things start to happen kind of fast and furious, right, that's when things kind of get a little bit exciting, okay? That's when you enter a trade here, right? If you didn't quite believe it the first time, right, I just need to see a little proof, okay? Maybe the second entry was a little bit better, okay? Maybe the second entry was a little bit better, and that yielded a pretty nice result. How about 165 pips, okay? Now, what if you missed this one? Or what if you got stopped out? Well, look, you got another opportunity to get in. This is a pretty forgiving market, too, because as that energy carries it up, it never goes straight up. You're always going to see different opportunities, right, to get another entry. And when I get a strong move down and I get a candle change in color, right, and I get a stochastic in the buy zone, right, there it is, candle change color, right, peaks above the one in front of it, stochastic in the buy zone, right, that still gives me another opportunity to get into this trade, right? This was a trade from the day before yesterday. I know this one by heart because I did this one, all right? And no, I didn't get the first one or the second one, but you bet I got that third bite at the apple, right? And look, what did I end up with? About 70 pips, right? There, it was a total of 113 in the whole move. I probably ended up with those 70, right? There it is, though, and I get to make whatever decision I want when I'm $700 to the good, okay? And when you see this setup working, all right, over and over again, then you're going to be able to develop the confidence in it. All right, I can show it to you all day. All right, I can show this to you all day. I can show it to you on all the different currencies. All right, I can show you the setup. Right there it is. Strong move down, candle change color. Right, candle change color, peaks above the one in front of it, stochastic in the buy zone. Boom, profit opportunity. Right, show it to you again right here. I can show this to you over and over. Okay, but the fact of the matter is, the only way for you to decide if all this works is prove it to yourself. Now, this is not just 1, 2, 3. Don't forget, I don't even get to 1, 2, 3 without doing ABC, monthly, daily, then 2 hour, okay? But when you put it all together, this is what we're talking about, okay? And if you understood this so far, ABC 1, 2, 3, can you do me a favor? Can you type ABC 1, 2, 3 so I know we're all singing off the same sheet of music right now? Because now I got to put this into a point where you can get this at home and know exactly what to do. All right, that was our first walkthrough. But now I got to put this in your hands, okay? And I'm going to show you what some of the opportunity is. You've been paying attention to the pound, right? You've been seeing some rebound here. What's going on? How do I take advantage of it? You don't make money reading the newspaper, okay? You read money when make money when everybody else is reading the newspaper, because that's when events happen. If you've got everybody freaking out, That's when you need to be in front of your charts. This is what I've always learned. All right, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. You leave that water cooler and you go to your charts, because that's when money gets made. Okay, if you go to your Australian dollar when you get this home on the monthly chart, okay, I told you it works on all the currencies. Prove the point. Okay, just find a high price and a low price. Look, low price. Oh, wait a second. I got to do it right. Where's 2002? There it is. Here. Bring this up. Tell you what, I'm going to bring up a fresh one. Hold on, because you got to do this yourself. So here, go to new chart when you get this home. Go to Australian dollar US on the 1 month. Okay, there it is. Okay, does this work? Does this work on all the currencies? You got to make that determination. Okay, and when you go ahead and put in a high price and a low price, okay, and you see, right, that it's dipped down to this red trampoline, and you know where it's supposed to go at that point. It's supposed to go from C to what? C to D up here, and you see it go there exactly. All right, that's gonna impact you. That's gonna say I'm on to something, because everybody's been looking for this. How come it can't be that easy? Why not? Do you guys know traders that make money? Do you know traders that make money? Okay, I know a lot of them, and there's some of them I can't imagine how they get through the day, because they could barely put together a bowl of cereal for their kids and make their clothes match. Right? But then they got a boat, and you're like, how does this clown make serious money? And the answer is they know how to do this. That's all. It better be simple. You got to see some of these guys. I mean, I'm just a kid from Buffalo, right? And I just happen to learn how to do this stuff. And you bet I have a good time at it. I get a kick out of teaching it, all right? Because I know that this works and that you can do it. And if you've got a low price and a high price, and you can recognize a U-turn, gang, you're closer today than you were before, because we've come down to this blue level, right? We're bouncing off of that. Look at that U-turn on the Australian. Where the heck are we going? We're going up here, okay? A, B, C, D. What's our direction? You got it already. It's up. From 75 to 123, there's 48 grand worth of opportunity, all right? What do I want you to do? Your first assignment, because you're not going to let me do all the work, okay? Your first assignment when you get this on your desk is go through the daily and the 2 hour on the Australian. The daily and the 2 hour on the Australian. You know, I want you to do that because you're going to start to see on the 2 hour, right? You're going to start to see, right, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Look at this, is the most recent. You tell me, okay? Is that a strong move down? Is that a candle change color? Is that stochastic in the buy zone? And did that yield a result? I mean, come on. I want you to go through the Australian and let that be your first walkthrough, because then, okay, when you do that, you've done the euro, you've done the Australian, then you're going to be ready for the pound, okay? And when the pound starts showing this kind of opportunity, right, this doesn't happen all the time, okay? The last time the pound got clobbered, January 2015, right, when the Swiss bank did their lunacy, right, the 39 days following the event were the best trading environment for traders in 5 years. We are literally getting a repeat of that with this Brexit. It is absolutely awesome, okay? I've got the pound New Zealand, all right? I've drawn my fibs. Look. I didn't do it. I used the auto tool. Watch this. Hold on. Auto tool. Just find the high price. Click on it. It shows me all of the Fibonacci's. Okay, the most amazing one was right here in the middle. The most amazing one was right here in the middle. Why? I had a high price and a low price, and what happened? Before the Brexit, before they voted to leave. Now look, okay, you want astounding? Before they voted to leave, the Great British Pound against this currency went all the way up to here, and then it made a U-turn. So this became my ABC. Well, if that's the case, okay, before it happened, the Brexit, the pound was supposed to get clobbered. It was supposed to go all the way down to here. Now, if you told somebody that the pound was going to get clobbered like that, right, they would have laughed at you. We're not leaving the EU. And look what happened. Not only did they leave the EU, but the pound got clobbered right to the point that the Fibonacci's said it was going to on the same day. That's when your eyebrows got to go up. That's when you got to say, this is all in there, right? They should have asked Fibonacci if we were going to leave the EU. That's just what happened. All right, so now where are we? We're on this. We're on the backside of this trend line. We are moving. We are in the buy zone. We dipped down below it for a shade, but now we're coming into a low price. Okay, when we bounce off of this thing and we head in this direction, even if we hit just this 199, we're talking about 1,600 pips. That's what I need you to be ready for Monday morning. So when you get this on your desk, okay, and you can see the pound Canadian, just put it to the test. That one worked, that one worked, that one worked, that one worked. 800 pips worth in a week, okay? And you see that we're coming into another low price, you're going to be ready to do something with it, okay? Just make sure you add your stochastics at the bottom. That's the pound Canadian. Pound Australian, just back test it. There you go. There you go. And it continues to work. Do you have to manage your money? Of course you do, right? This trade wasn't a big miracle trade. This one was nice. This one required a little bit of extra work. You put your stop in to make some money on that. You might have had to be there for that one, okay? But the fact of the matter is, right, now that you've got this one setting up, that's a strong move down. The stochastics are right there. Give me a white stick, and I'm ready to go, okay? This is how it's done. Can you do it? There's a lot of money waiting for you on the pound, 1,000 pips next week. You're ready, right? If you didn't know anything about the Forex an hour ago, now you know it. If you spend an hour with me, okay, on this, you know a whole lot more about the Forex than you did before you started, and there's nothing left, all right? You are now the person in control of the conversation because you know your pairs, your pips, your lots, your mini lots. You know this is leverage, entry, stop, target, and spread. You know your average range, your Fibonacci, stochastic. You're going to impress the hell out of the people at the cocktail party. Come on. You know how to manage a trade, ABC 1, 2, 3. This is something you can do, all right? Now you got to do it. When's your first time doing it live? You're going to come do it with Tyson. You're going to come do it with Tyson Monday morning at 9 o'clock. Please write that down. Please write that down. Monday morning at 9 o'clock with Tyson. Why is this important? Number one, because Tyson, third-party verified, right, and I already sent you the link on this. I want you to review that after we break, okay? This guy's made 13,000 pips in a month off of this Brexit move, all right? Doesn't just know what he's doing, puts his money where his mouth is. This is real money, okay? He's hosting, all right, especially for new traders, this is a big deal, all right? He's hosting that final phase where he's going to give you 5 trade setups on all the pound pairs. Entry, stop, limit, the whole bit, okay? He's doing that Monday. Need you for an hour, okay? He can only fit 500 people in his webinar room without it crashing because they give you limits on that stuff for whatever reason. So I got 36 seats left in that room. If you want one of those, if you're interested in that at all, if you want to reserve a spot for yourself, you don't have to wait for me. Okay? If you have any interest in that at all, do me a favor. Give me a way to reach you for after we break. We're going to break in a couple of minutes. All right? I'm going to have one of my team reach out to you. We'll give you what you need to get into that room. All right? Get you on the team, get your username and password, get you the day and the time, the reservation, the whole bit. All right? But it's Monday at 9. If you're serious about doing this, this move, this next move in the pound is the one that you got to capture. Okay? Because we're not going to see this thing forever. The last time we had this pound rebound, it took 39 days. Okay? Where are we now? We're right in that wheelhouse, so you got to be able to get a hold of that. We're talking about making 1,000 pips. And understand, when you know what you're doing, okay, or you find some people that do, things can happen for you fast. These are real people. These are people that traded with us last week. I want you to be one of these people because we ask you all the time, how'd you do? Are you getting it? Are you making money? And you're going to be in a room like this. And if you start to see, listen, if you start to see these kind of results popping up on your own computer screen, 1,000 pips, 700 pips, somebody's honest about it. I'm just watching, right? But the fact of the matter is, you're going to be a part of this, okay? And there's going to be a tipping point for you that says, you know what? This works. I just have to give myself a chance at it. I got to try and do this, okay? Get yourself started. You got some questions? Let's answer them for you. That's not a big deal. Okay, you came here for a reason. Let's get your questions answered, all right, and give you a chance to get started at this. Let me schedule you for a walkthrough on this thing, couple of days worth, all right, so you can go out and apply your training. And the best part of it is, gang, look, I know nobody wants to waste their time. Listen, anybody can say, hey, we're going to make this money or that money. Anybody can do a webinar. I got it, okay, but you don't want to follow through on something and feel like it's a waste of time. I'm going to go ahead and guarantee your time with us. What do I mean by that? Look, we are so confident in this program. We got 22 years behind us, okay? We know it works. We know we can teach it to you. We know you can learn it, okay? and we're going to give you 60 days to prove it, okay? Get it on your computer, trade with us for 60 days, and we're going to show you 2,000 pips, period, okay? That's how we do things around here. Nobody else even comes close to offering anything like this. How can we do it? We've been at it for 22 years, and we're experts at it, okay? This is something that you can do. You're interested in doing that, I got to get the software on your desk today. All right, so when we break, I'll get you a download link for this. Give you access to it, put it on your desk, all right? It comes fully loaded. The Fibonacci tools are in there, okay? There's a tutorial that's built in that breaks down everything that I talked to you about today, and it's fun. It's video-oriented, okay? Because I know I talk fast, and I know you didn't memorize it yet, and it's okay, all right? That's built in there to help you. You like automated systems? We'll get to that point too, all right? I'm going to send you the program fully loaded. All right, but the fact is you get a user ID and password. It's absolutely fantastic. That's going to be on your desk today, okay? Then what do? Monday morning, I'm just making your schedule for you, okay? If you're serious about this, you want to make some money, all right, be there Monday at 9. Give me an hour of your time, okay? We're going to go through all 6 of the pound pairs. We're talking about making 1,000 pips next week. You got a mini account, that's $1,000. You got a standard account. Look, we're talking about 10 grand. Okay, you'll be protected every time. We'll just let you know where to set those stops. Okay, yes, good. A bunch of you are putting your number in, reserve that space. Good, because you know it's limited. Fact is, after that, all right, I'm going to keep you busy because we're going to strike on this while you're enthused. I've got to take advantage of your enthusiasm right now and say, look, you're this close. Let's just get you into a 2-day session with us. Come trade live with us Thursday, Friday. Okay, live in person. If you want to come to the office, great. If you want to do it online, we'll do it like this. You get a cup of coffee together, you put your charts up, you put your trading account up, and let's go have at it, all right? We'll give you the details on that, but that's going to be Thursday and Friday. And this is designed, gang, so that you have this as a skill in your pocket, not to do it once, okay? If you're just here to do it once, then don't do it. Okay, I want to work with people that want to do this for their lifetime, not just once this month, but month after month. Okay, when you have the skill, I'm telling you, you'll never forget how. You got the tool on your desk. It's world-class stuff. All right, the team is a world-class team. The only thing we got to get is you in here, and I'm going to make it easy for you. All right, I'm going to make it easy for you to put this to the test because I'm going to give you 60 days to do it. You get this stuff on your desk today, and you try it not for 10 days, but for 60 days. All right, before you have to make any final decision on whether you want to keep it or not. Okay, so with that, good. I'm going to tell everybody right now the last thing you need to know. What is it? The money side. Okay, there's a couple of ways you can get this program. Let me just take you through those. Okay, you decide what's best for you. And there's a couple of options so that every last one of you can get involved today. Okay, first and foremost, what's it worth? Okay, if you go to my website, it's markettraders.com. Okay. You'll see that we list all the items, right, that I've talked to you about today individually on the website. The 2-day event, the online university, the charting program, so forth. Put all that stuff together and give it a value. We're talking about something that has a serious value. And you're thinking, well, yeah, if it does half of what you showed me, the thing is priceless. Okay, that may be true, but here's what we do to get you started, okay? What we say is you can go to our website any day you like. We bundled everything together. That gives everybody a chance to save some time and money. And absolutely that's the case. It's not $16,000 when you go online, all right? You can go to my website and you can actually get the program any day of the week, right, for not 16 grand, but for about half of that, right? $79.95 is the online retail for the program. Great. Workshop, we do it different. Investor inspiration, we do it different. Here's what we do, all right? Normally, if you came to one of my webinars, all right, I'd want to take care of you today for the time that you spent, if only because you're ready to hit the ground running. This was valuable time to you and us. And normally what we do is we take $2,000 off the online retail for the program so people can get started for $59.95. Great. Here at Investor Inspiration, we're going a little further. All right, because I know that you're ready to start, number one. And two, this is my best chance to impress you with this Brexit move, okay? Here's what we do. We're going to actually today take 40% off the online retail for the program. And it's not $59.95. You can actually get started today for a one-time, and this is lifetime, all right? investment of $4,797. Comes with a 60-day warranty, and this is exactly how it works. There's actually two ways that you can get started. Most of our students do what I call option A. All right, take advantage of the savings, right? They take care of the tuition, they put it on their MasterCard, Visa, American Express. That's fine. Okay, you get a 60-day warranty, and you get the charts for that entire period. Now, what's option B? Simple. It's a financing option. Okay, you put a little bit down, for example, to reserve your spot. You know, I only have a couple of those left, right? And what do you do with the rest? You just stretch it out over time. Okay, we'll customize a payment plan for you if that's what you need us to do to make it easier for you to get started. Something that is fits your budget, something that's comfortable, all right, something that's affordable for you. Just tell us what you can do, right, and we'll customize something so that this makes sense to you. A lot of people call that a pay-as-you-go program. Regardless, though, no matter if you do an option A or an option B, listen, you get 60 days to put all this to the test. All right, let me tell you exactly how that works. When we break, we're going to get you on the team. That takes 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, you get the download link for the program, right? You get in the class on Monday. You get into the sessions on the 4th and the 5th. You get all the tools that go with this. But you also get this, okay, 60 days to put it all to the test. We are so confident in this program, all right, that we don't want you to use it for 10 days or 15 or 30. We say this, use it all for 60 days. Okay, before you make any kind of final decision. After 60 days, you're going to have results. You're going to have results. You're going to have traded with us. Okay, they're going to be staring you in the face, and you're going to make a decision based on knowledge. Okay, if you look at your results and you go, look at this thing, it works. It's going to pay for itself not once, 2, 5, 10 times over. What are you going to do? You're going to keep the program. But listen, if after 60 days, I don't care what your results were, they could be through the roof. Great. If you decide after 60 days, okay, that this just isn't for you, it's okay. Here's what we do, okay? If you decide it's not for you, just give us back the stuff, and we will refund every penny that you paid just for trying it out, okay? What I'm telling you is your downside here is 0, all right? Your upside here is phenomenal. You just have to make a decision on taking a step forward. I'll protect your downside, and I'm going to give you that opportunity to do this. But the fact of the matter is, all right, if you do option A, that's going to save you some money. Because option B, right, there's an interest situation there. And the fact of the matter is, I want you to be able to save some dough. But the most important thing is, I need you to get in there. All right, I need you to make this decision so we can get you into that trading room. Okay, and I want to make it easy for you. Not only are we going to get you into that room, but I'm also going to guarantee you results. Because if you get started with this program today, gang, what did I tell you earlier? You get a 2,000 pip guarantee, a 2,000 pip guarantee to go with all of this. What does that mean? That means you get into that trading room, okay, and we're going to guarantee your results. You trade with us for 60 days. We're going to get 2,000 pips. And if we don't, okay, you don't owe us a dime. That's called putting your money where your mouth is. How in the world can you guys do that? I've already told you, we're the best there is at this. All we need to do is get you to give it a shot. So if you're ready to do that, do me a favor, okay? Let me know, okay? You put your number in. You got to let me know if you're an option A or an option B. All right, that part's important, especially if you're an option B. Wow, look at this. All right, let me call you out so you know I have your spot reserved, okay? I got Tom and Mauricio. You're both option A's. All right, Steven and Javier, I've got you as B's. Ahmed, you're a B. Lisa, you're a B. Perfect. Muhammad, I already called you out. Sorry about that. Jane, Brett, I've got you as a B. Alex, you're an A with a question. Don't worry about it. All right, we'll answer your question. Moulier, Mike, you're B's. Mick Smith, you're a B. No worry. Thank you for that. All right, good, good, good. John, I've got your number also. Perfect. All right. Now listen, I'm going to get you into that class, and I'll even make it easier for you because I got a big group here. All right. If you want to jump into this and you don't want to waste time, all right, you got something else you need to do today, I get it. Call that number. First 5 of you that do, I'll let you jump the line and save some time. All right. If you're an action person, I'll reward you. Because if you want to get started with this and you're thinking, I'm not worried about a 60-day warranty, I want to do this lifetime, then call this number. All right, and I'll give you a year of the charts on the house. I'll give you a year. Normally that's $249 a month. I'll give you a year of the charts on the house. And I'll make you even more comfortable. I'll give you 90 days to test this out. Why are you doing that? Because I'm planning for your success. All right? If you're the person that says, okay, that's a fair way to do it, they're gonna make sure I show up, right? Because I'm putting this on my card and I'm making a commitment. Exactly. Okay? You show up, I got a fighting chance to teach you. Okay? Give me 90 days. And the fact of the matter is we'll go crush it, and then you're going to do this, right? You're going to do this for the next year. You're not having to worry about paying for charts. Okay? I want you to worry about learning the formula. And with that, I'm going to limit that to 5 people. Okay? So if you're going to call in, let me know. Just type in calling in, and I'll get you an extra year of the charts, and I'll get you 90 days warranty. Now that's definitely how you yeah, good. Yeah, Jim, good. You're on the phone already. I got 4 of those left. Okay? If you're calling in, let me know, and I'll get you a little extra to go with it, right, to help you get started. I bought this for you. Rosemary, I'm not sure. If you already have it, then let me get you into the class on Monday, because that's designed for you. That's a client session. All right, let's get you in there with Tyson and make you some money on this. If you're already on the team, then maybe we just need to refresh you a little bit. Come on, let's do this on Monday. I'll make sure that your account rep calls you. That's it. Easy enough? Because I got your note. Perfect. James, you're in option B also. Perfect the way you did it. All right? I'm going to guarantee it. We'll guarantee your results. So you want to get started with this thing today, gang? $47.97. I'll give you the guarantee. I'll give you the year of charts. I'll give you 90 days. Okay? Take action on this. Do this now. You can do this. And with that, all right, I've got another 90 seconds here before it's time for me to bug out on a Saturday. All right? So really at this point, this is up to you. And I know this is something you can do, and I can show it to you. I can show it to you all day. I can show you testimonials. I can give you our third-party verified results, right? I can go to our Facebook page all day, hold on, where we have a presence. Of course we do, right here, Josh Martinez. That's us. Everything we do is public, okay? But the fact of the matter is, when we get the feedback, that goes up. How we doing? I did the pound Swiss, made $1,000, right? This is the kind of thing that I want you participating in. This is the kind of thing I want you understanding that you're joining. It's a worldwide presence, and you can do it. So those of you that are A's and B's, good for you. I'm glad that you're getting started. Eric, you're an A. Good. That was a little late to the party there. All right. You're going to get started today. Hang by your phone. One of my education specialists is going to call you. They're going to take you through the getting you on board, right? Takes 5 or 10 minutes. They'll get you the link for the software. You mess with that today, okay? The tutorial's built right into it so that you'll be able to walk through that, all right? How do you find the tutorial? It's right here. Just go to Services, click on Education, all right? That username and password that you get, you're going to put that in here, because if you didn't memorize this all, don't worry about it, okay? Go ahead and sit down at your kitchen table. You sit your kid, your neighbor, your brother-in-law, your spouse down with you. Go learn this together. Okay, this is broken down into little bite-sized pieces of what we did today. Look, support and resistance, that's the floor and the ceiling. A, B, C, D, that's the Fibonacci numbers. Uptrends and downtrends, we covered that. Where to put your stops, we covered that too. So you've done this with me. And now it's just a matter of getting that refresher. You do that as soon as you get home. That's going to be, right, on your desk also, 1 click away. So that part I know you can do. I know you can open an account. For the rest of you, you got to let me know if you're getting this right. A, B, A or B, okay? Now, some of you are like, well, how else can I get started? Okay, for the rest of you, listen. For those of you that are getting started, just hang by your phone. For the rest of you, I know you can do the part that I just showed you, and I know you're ready to do it. I think I know what it is you're hung up on, though. So I'm going to go ahead and make this real easy for you, okay? Because I want everybody here to get started. And if you're hung up, not on the ABC, not on the software, but if you're hung up on the money part, okay, hang with me for the next 90 seconds. Because here's what I know. I know that if I can get your foot in the door, okay, that you're going to do this, okay? Well, if I can do that, not for 16 grand or 8 grand or 5 grand, okay, if I can do that for you, get your foot in the door and do it for free, then I know I've gotten rid of the excuse, if you will. So here's what you need to know, all right? I've got end of the month scholarship money available here at MTI, okay? Just as what it is. It's available. It's available today for this group, okay? And if you just need a way to find a way to get in here, okay, and I can make it for free, well, then I took your excuse away. So do me a favor at this point. If you need to find out more about that, you got to put a number in the chat box, but put the word free next to it because there's a way to get it for free. All right? Come on. It's 4,800, I thought. Now it's free. There's always a way to do something if you want it bad enough. That's the way I look at it. Okay? And everybody who's ever started with this has always come and seen it, right? Hey, it looks like it works. I'm going to give it a try. And they either do an A or a B, or in this case, a free. Okay? If that's you, some of the best traders I've got started out by putting the word free in, and it's fine. Okay? Just go ahead and do that. I'll give you another 30 seconds to do that. If you're just looking for a way in, all right, because you can handle the other parts, then don't give up on yourself. Let's figure out a way to make that happen. Good. All right? So, James, I've got your number. Diop, is it German? And John and Leo, right? Yeah. Whatever you do, don't check out without at least let's have that conversation. Okay? Let's have that conversation and get the ball rolling, because I know this is something you can do. If you want to get a couple of bonuses with it, call that number. All right? I'll give you the extra time. All right? I'll give you the extra 30 days to try it and test it. All right? And I mean, talk about a fair way to do it. You got 3 months. If you can't do it at that point, then you're not going to be able to do it. But if we can't train you, nobody can. That's a bold statement, but I'll stand by it. Okay? We had some fun today. I want you to take a step forward. All right? You can do it. It's just a matter of giving yourself a chance. All right? With that, I had some fun with you. I know you learned something. I know you took something away. I get a kick out of being able to share this stuff, especially with new people who are just looking for an opportunity. All right? I was where you were once, and I know what this has done for me, so now it's an opportunity for you to check it out also. Okay? Have a great rest of the day. Great Saturday. All right? Good time today. Thank you to Reed and the team at Investor Inspiration also for giving me the privilege to talk to their group. That was a lot of fun. Okay? All the best to you. Take care, everybody. Take care.